Hey, it's Billy.
And it's Pat.
And we're still doing yard work. This is our first year with a garden where we actually have to start thinking about what you do when the seasons change.
Oh yeah.
Which we haven't had to do, and we have a yard with grass and plants everywhere that we saved from what was here when we moved in. So we had a bunch of like roses and plants that just need to be trimmed back for the season and get it ready so that in the spring it is popping.
Yeah, so we're gonna make Billy do all of that. Great. What were you just showing me?
Oh, yeah, so we're trying to clear out all of the, I don't know, the perennial things, the things that come back every year. We have some kind of a wild rose that just kind of spreads in this whole area. So I cut all that back because we want to plant tulips and bulbs. So I'm trying to clear the way because they're going to come back either way.
Yeah.
But this,
what were you showing me?
This I think is the mama rose because I'm seeing all the sprouts come out of it and a bunch of roots that came out. And the way these roses grow is that it shoots a root out and then they just kind of come up as single stem roses almost. This is like a good year to test out planting bulbs in this whole area because if the bulbs come up early, then the roses come up like after May when the bulbs and tulips are already like, you know, done for the year.
Yeah.
It'll just look really, I don't know, a nice like seasonal change of flowers.
Got some daylilies over here that once they turn yellow, we'll cut them back, but they'll fill in nicely. And then what's cooking over here? My peonies.
Yeah, the peonies don't need to really be cut back yet. They need to be a little more yellow so that the base of it really can suck all the nutrients in, and then we can just cut them back at that point.
We also have all of these tall shoots that are coming up, and I think there's some kind of crocus, maybe, I'm not sure. There's little bulbs, I don't know if that's one of them or not, probably not, something else gross I'm touching. There's all these little bulbs, and they're standing up like taller than the grass, but I'm waiting to see if they'll flower or anything like that. We also have, I don't know the names of any of these plants, but Billy's dad gave us a bunch of plants from their garden on Long Island. These tall guys right here.
They're Inca lilies.
Inca lilies?
Yeah.
Incan lilies.
Yeah, they're not native, but they're newer, I think. So my dad has to find out a little bit more about what to do with them. I don't want to mess it up. But these are those, these are what grow all over our yard and create those little green plants that Pat pointed at.
The maybe crocus
Yeah,
guys.
I don't know what they are. Like, that's the experiment of having a yard.
And then these guys, what are these ones? Do you remember?
That's the Inca lily.
Oh, this is the Inca lily? Oh, gotcha. I don't know what these guys are though. And they look...
Those have the orange flowers that you like.
Yeah, they look kind of like... Some of them look a little thin right now, but that's because they were pulled from bigger plants. They're just not hardy.
The minute it gets cold out is when the roots start shooting down because the roots are like, oh, it's gonna get cold, let's start growing. So that's why you plant all these things or transplant them this time of year.
Yeah, so they don't look super great on the top now because they're doing all the work under the ground. So it's a couple of weeks later, we have some final work to do, but the last like 2 or 3 weekends have been really rainy, so we couldn't do it. So it's the middle of November. We're finally gonna get to plant these tulip bulbs, right, Billy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So my dad gave us this bulb magazine to pick out like our bulbs for next year, and we contacted them. It's dutchbulbs.com. And told them we were going to be doing our garden, and they hooked us up with a ton of tulip and daffodil bulbs.
Look how many.
Thank you, dutchbulbs.com. We have a lot of work ahead of us now.
Yeah, there's, I forget how many are in here.
There might be almost 500. There's all different colors. They all have different blooming times. So we have to figure out whether or not we want to put them in clusters and mix and match them, or like have them come up in certain areas at certain times. It's going to be a project, but I'm excited to see the results.
All right, time to get organized. So dutchbulbs.com sent us 4 kinds of tulips. We have a red impression, pink impression, clear water, which are these white ones, and then these mango, what are they called? Mango charm, that start out like green, I guess, and then they turn into more pink. So I think these will be really nice to mix together.
The general game plan that we come up with is gonna be just to mix everything up, but this corner over here, we're gonna do all the different color tulips, kind of like in a big patch, that'll ease its way into a whole row of daffodils, which are also mixed colors, and then ease them back into tulip land over here in the corner. So I think this whole back is just gonna be this kind of ever-growing, colorful...
Tulip land!
Yes!
Terminator. Billy Bob is using, what is that, an auger?
Auger?
garden auger.
It basically digs the perfect width hole for us to pop the bulbs in, so.
Makes it a lot easier than doing it by hand. So here's how it works. Billy drills the hole with the auger, 6 inches down, and then I am plunking in the bulbs.
Saves a lot of work.
Yeah, that's true. Here, let me see what we've done so far. So you can see all the holes, and basically we're just going around. Billy drills the holes, and I'm just following behind him, dropping the bulbs into the holes. It goes pretty fast. So how many do we have done so far?
We have about 25 done out of
500. We have 25
done.
done.
That's not bad. It's been what, like 5 to 10 minutes. If we speed up, I think we'll get through this.
Yeah, I think we'll be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It'll all be worth it.
Get drilling, drill Billy.
Looking good.
Thanks.
Well, we are extremely out of breath. We planted how many?
150 tulips.
150 tulips and
Probably 75 daffodils.
75 daffodils. That's a lot. So we did the daffodils all in here. We did tulips all in here, just like we said. And now we just have to fill in all the dirt.
Okay, we are running out of daylight, but we need to finish covering these guys up. So I think that's it for our garden update for now.
Yeah.
I guess our next update will be when stuff starts popping up.
Yeah, late winter, which is kind of the best time to see flowers.
Yeah. Okay, until then, we'll see you next time.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Check out this yard though. Check out that view.